minutes before 9. This is Tom Cheney, WTIX 2020 News. Temperature at report time, 87 degrees. The Louisiana Senate today approved a 1-cent sales tax increase with 2 votes to spare. The vote was 28-11. Final approval in the Senate came after 3 hours of debate in which tax forces fought off a series of crippling amendments. Senate approval clears the way for House consideration of the 3 remaining taxes in the $122 million tax package. They call for increases on cigarette and liquor taxes and removal of federal income tax credits in figuring state income taxes. Earlier today, the Senate voted 34-5 in favor of the supplemental appropriations bill, spelling out where the money would be spent. Most will go to teachers' salaries, higher education, municipalities, and civil service. Tax forces say the House and Senate both must approve the remaining 3 taxes, or Governor McKithen will veto the sales tax and the supplemental spending bill. The Justice Department has asked a federal grand jury to look into the financial affairs of the controversial Floridana Economic Development Association of Tangipahoa Parish. U.S. Attorney Gerald Gallinghouse says a U.S. Comptroller General's report on Floridana will be presented to the grand jury July 7th when it opens its investigation. The Floridana Group uses federal money to operate the Head Start program in Tangipahoa. As Gallinghouse put it, we want to be sure that every federal dollar is being properly spent. 2020 News Time, 8:42. The Orleans Parish Registrar's Office says names of 10,291 voters have been removed from the rolls because they failed to meet the deadline for re-registering. Chief Deputy Registrar Louis Nicholas said today letters were sent out May 21st asking 12,292 Orleans Parish residents to re-register as required. The original deadline of 10 days was extended 2 more weeks with little results. Nicholas also said special night hours for registering new voters had drawn only 8 persons the past 8 days to 3 registration offices. The deadline for new voters to register is July 15th. The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear arguments on an obscenity case arising in St. Bernard Parish. A special 3-judge panel in New Orleans ruled last year that a judicial hearing was necessary before any arrest or confiscation could be made involving allegedly obscene material. The case involved a newsstand owned by August Ledesma Jr. of St. Bernard Parish. At the time, the parish obscenity law was found unconstitutional. A candidate for Civil District Court in New Orleans filed a suit today asking that Judge David H. McHour be ordered to stop using official New Orleans traffic court stationery in his campaign. Thomas Giroux alleged in the suit that use of the stationery infers McHour is receiving the backing of traffic court officials. The 2 men will face each other for the judgeship in the August 15th Democratic primary. WTIX headlines by Dateline. Saigon, the last units of U.S. forces withdrew from Cambodia today, 1 day ahead of schedule. However, South Vietnamese forces continue their drive deep inside the neutral country. Washington, selective service officials today began preparing for Wednesday's draft lottery. The drawing will determine the induction order in 1971 of all eligible men whose 19th birthday comes this year. Jerusalem, Israeli Premier Golda Meir said her country welcomes the new American peace initiative in the Mideast, but that Israel will not accept a limited ceasefire, a main point in the U.S. plan. The weather is next on WTIX.
Milk. Milk gives you energy to burn, energy to burn. That's what you get from milk.
Milk has a cold, fresh taste that seems to go with summer and those tasty summertime meals and snacks. It's ready to pour whenever you're thirsty. Not only is milk great tasting, it's also a powerhouse of vitamins and minerals and protein. Milk gives you energy to burn.
That's what you get from milk.
Partly cloudy skies, warm tonight and tomorrow through Wednesday. A slight chance of thunder showers, mainly in the afternoons. Low tonight, 72. High tomorrow, 95. Temperature in New Orleans, 87 degrees. This is Tom Cheney.
So 96 Cheney.